This is another Driving for Dollars success story on Deal by Deal episode 45 from 2019. So if you're not familiar with what Driving for Dollars is, I do have a video on that, but basically you're driving around neighborhoods and areas that you think you might be interested in investing in, and you're looking for properties that you think you might like. So a lot of times you're looking for properties that are are rougher or look abandoned, something you think you can get a good deal on, but really it's whatever you're interested in buying. Builders will do this also when they're looking for vacant like infill lots, and I've bought them that way as well too. And so that's what this one was, is actually a piece of land. I was looking for land in an area on the lakes. So I was looking for some more waterfront land, and there were some little lots that I was able to look up that weren't being utilized, and they were pretty small. And so I sent out a bunch of letters, and I got a call back from some folks who I think they were out of state, and they said that they've been trying to sell this property for years and years. I think she said decades, and they'd owned it for 30 or more years, I think. And it was interesting because I looked it up online on the MLS and such, and there was nothing that I could find or any evidence that they'd been trying to sell it. But she said she'd been trying to get rid of it for a long time. And I said, "Great, what do you want for it?" And I could tell that this piece of property was just kind of a headache for him, and which is odd because it was just vacant land, but some bums had left some garbage a few different times there and whatnot. And so she said, "I probably shouldn't tell you this, but we'd take $3,000 for it." And this was a lot that was almost lakefront. I thought it was, but there was a thin strip of borough land between this property and the lake. It is a nice stocked lake, and there's a nice public access. The lot did have a few downsides to it. Like I said, it wasn't exactly lake frontage, and it was in an area where the land was pretty affordable. There weren't utilities to this specific lot, and it was right next to the public access, which is kind of nice because you can use it for a boat launch without building your own, but then you've got traffic coming and going. So not a very big lot, and lower down, so you might have like septic issues and stuff potentially. But for $3,000, there was no way I could go wrong. So I told her I'd give her the $3,000, and I paid all the closing costs, so they ended up, with a full $3,000 in their pocket, which was very cheap for that piece of land. It's probably worth 15 or 20 at the time, depending on what terms I sold it on, but I wanted to keep this property. I like to keep the ones that are on waterfront. I just feel like it's a good opportunity for appreciation over the years. So my plan for this property at the time was that I was aware of a house that needed moved, and I was going to pick up this house and move it to this lot. I had been talking to some folks for a year or so that had an old frumpy house, just a dated, small, rectangle, boring house that needed a roof and windows and flooring and everything else. But they were going to give it to me for free being the optimal word there, because it was going to cost probably between $15,000 and $30,000 to get it moved and set up on a new foundation, and then hook up the utilities would cost more, and then the rehab. So it was still going to be a big investment, but a great deal. The reason they were getting rid of that little house is because they had a very, very valuable lot on Big Lake, which is a very valuable lake to have property on. And this little house wasn't worth very much, and it's sitting on a really expensive lot that they were going to build a much nicer home. So they told me I could have it. I talked to them a few different times if I moved it, because it would cost them just as much or more to have it properly demoed and removed, and they didn't want it there. So we talked for a while. They said to go ahead and take it. And so back at my lot, I invested some money to put in a septic, and got that all ready. And the dirt work, you got to have the contractors do it a special way to make sure that the truck bringing the home can back in to the specific spot. So I hired that excavator that works with the house mover to get it all ready. It was all ready to go, and then the people at the house changed their mind. And I didn't have anything in writing, and I couldn't force them to give me the house, so I was kind of stuck there. And that's kind of where I left this one. So by the time the next summer rolled around, because they were hemming and hawing about it all summer, I had moved on to a bunch of other projects. I'd also gotten in line to work with the utility company to get electricity there, and it was going to cost quite a bit of money, which was fine because I got the land for so cheap, but it was going to be over $30,000 to get the electricity to a $3,000 lot. And I was going to do that, and I've just been so busy with other projects that I don't have anything lined up for that spot. So what I should have done is not invested in the septic system, and either just resold the lot or just held it as inventory. What I'm probably going to do is try to pick up a cheap cabin or maybe a cabin kit to put there on the lake, since I already have the septic, put in the well, and probably do either a generator or a small solar setup. So I want something really small, but this is still on the back burner. This was 6 years ago. It was a great investment. There's no way I can lose on it. It's just sitting there not doing anything yet, but I've got several other projects that are sitting there mid-project that are like this, actually, lake lots and small cabins and stuff. So just haven't gotten to it yet, but it was a great deal. Came from the Driving for Dollars, sent them the letter. Even though they said it had been for sale for years, literally I was probably the only one that knew this piece of property was for sale and got a great deal on it. So keep an eye out, whether you're intentionally driving for dollars or you're just out and about doing your daily tasks and errands. Keep an eye out for properties, whether they're houses or land or whatever, that look vacant or need work or something that might be a good opportunity for you. Look them up real quick to get their mailing address from the tax records and send them a letter. Some of them work out really good. Anyways, have a great day. Please follow and share, and thanks for your time. If you guys have any real estate needs whatsoever, please reach out. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, share, follow, comment, and you can find me on any of these other places that you enjoy your content. So thanks very much. Really appreciate it.